Hello. If you know me, channel, of course, and that's We Are the Conscious Evolution. Channel name's just Conscious Evolution. It's easier that way. It's a lot of stuff to write down. All right. I get myself in order. Try and do video. Hit with another one of those 316s earlier, which in my mind is spirit saying do a video. And don't do one like you did last night. Last night's video, I know better than to do that stuff. But sometimes, I can't really say that I know better than. I don't really want to do aggressive stuff, say aggressive things, or be aggressive. But sometimes you just have to stand up when you're being bullied or people are being aggressive with you. Now, I'm not saying to do that. In fact, sometimes you might have to raise that voice a little bit. Hey, listen. But anyways, I got myself a little more chill and have been given plenty more examples of these things. I would suggest that everybody stop and take a look at what is going on in this world right now. This is not going to be a video about any of the different theories on what exactly is going on, what's the cause of it, who's right, who's wrong. What this is about is what happens from that. From everybody getting all this fear, manipulation, propaganda shoved into their minds. And what happens? Well, everybody's starting to bully. And they're following from a bad example. Major news medias and some of these big companies like Facebook, where I'll end up sticking this, and here on YouTube with Google, we're literally being bullied because things that we say don't fit the agenda they're trying to push. And they're putting out a lot of fear, all these things, governments, you name it, all putting out fear into people's minds through the propaganda and causing everybody else to do their bidding for them. Instead of them going out running around chasing everybody around, now it's the regular everyday people. And this ain't just a matter of this little sickness thing that's gone on, or this voting thing that's gone on. I mean, this stuff goes back a little ways. Whatever lives matter, people wanting to fight if you don't agree with them. I don't even want to say half these organizations. The one organization that starts with an A and ends with an A, all these people and regular peoples are trying to force their opinions and their thoughts on one another. This whole thing with masks has got out of control. So much so that I've seen people with masks getting in the face of people without masks, telling them to put on their masks. It's ludicrous. If you truly believe that you might get sick from somebody else, then stand back 6 feet. If wearing one of those things makes you feel better and safe, fine, do so. And don't do something as ridiculous as violate their personal space and the 6-foot rule to tell them to do something to not get you sick. That's ignorant. Now you're in their face where you could get sick if such a thing did exist. I don't understand how we've had all these campaigns for bullying out there, and then the social media platforms that are pushing to not bully start bullying everybody, and then people start bullying each other. We know better than this. For one, you don't need to be picking at other people, and for two, what kind of crazy ego trip are people on to where they think to themselves, It's my way. And somebody else told me it, and it's my way. And if you don't do it my way, then you're wrong. I don't care if it's any of this, a religious belief, or anything. I seen some guy earlier in British Vancouver, Canada, and of course he went a little farther, and people started messing with him really bad, and then he started giving his opinions and told somebody they're going to probably go to hell, which just made it worse. Not a good idea. But he was preaching outside because they wouldn't let him preach in the church. Close the church, you can't preach in the church. So he's over there in Vancouver, BC, British Columbia, over there in Canada. And man, he was getting attacked by everybody. And he just started off with a whole thing of just trying to spread love, said a couple things about Jesus, and people just came. They had a couple gay people just kept yelling at him. The Muslim person got mad. Atheist person got mad. So you're all getting triggered by personal opinions. Let me tell you, nothing has changed with personal opinions. We've all had opinions. We've all spoke our mind. It is until recently that these big entities told you, hey, it's okay to be triggered mad about things. Get stupid with one another. Makes no sense. Especially seeing as some of these people happen to believe in spirit, God, source, whatever name they want to give it. And then they do this. Now, can't you think to yourselves that would your God, your source, your spirit want you to be bullying other people? I mean, it's ridiculous. Do you know how many civilizations have been killed off on Earth in genocide over not believing what somebody else believed? This country right here, the United States of America, was started on genocide. Exactly that. The native population was darn near wiped out in this country. And nobody really thinks about that. They send our troops over going, oh, somebody's committing genocide. We need to go help them out. How many people other than the native people and a few people that do a little bit of research say, excuse me? But ain't that how you started this thing you call a country here? Look what happened during World War II. How all that started. A bunch of people with the mindset of, you ain't no good. We got to get rid of you. Wow. There's millions of people that died over that. Because somebody else's opinion is superseding everything else. I don't mean to be rude. I see comments up there. I'll look at them in a minute, y'all. I can move my chair over that direction. I wanted to be able to get this out and articulate this properly. Make sure it's understood by anybody, that anybody can understand it. And at the same time, keep my emotions in check. Because just like everybody else, I'm still walking around in this human body with this human brain that sometimes gets a little out of whack. I mean, I was on Facebook last night and left a group, which I don't usually go there anyways. Don't really need a spiritually intuitive reading. I go by my intuition. Right here in my heart. That person got really, really mean with people. Called them dirty. Told them she didn't want them to F in her group. I mean, wow. That is some heartless, mean stuff. I don't want to sit here and say I'm disgusted with the way a lot of people are acting. And I don't want to shame nobody. You got a world that does enough of that. But I will tell you, it is not benefiting anybody. This is a de-evolution. Read the sign, man. Conscious evolution. Not devolve, evolve. Literally, people are starting to act like they're devolving mentally and spiritually. Look around and go, what do you mean devolving? Oh, we got all these phones and stuff. No. In here. Devolving enough to where you're getting programmed. By the way, before I started this video, guess what I was watching? George Orwell's 1984. If you ain't watched it, watch it. Because if you watch it right now, that stuff looks like a documentary. What is that? Oh, dog hair. There's something float. Okay, I see what it is. Excuse the hair, guys and gals. I think my hat is covered in dog hair. It keeps falling like in front of me, and I'm going. But I can't tell if it's dog hair, if it's one of these crazy eyelashes I get. You know, I'm getting a little older, so I get these white eyelashes that get like this long and do this crazy little thing where they like, and you're trying to look, and all you see is it doing that. uh, I mean, seriously, everybody just it was all of it. Even the voting thing, I've watched both sides back and forth, which is totally ridiculous to somebody like me because it's both two wings of the same ugly bird. That's what your sides are in politics. It's all linked together. It's all crap. Ain't none of it for your best benefit. You know, none of these big entities. You know, especially these people pushing that thing they want to stick in your arm now. Those companies are horrible. I was on 14 pills at the age of 44, somewhere between 42 and 44, up to. That was including Motrin. But even without that, I'm taking 10 pills every day that I had to take. It's crazy. You know who that was benefiting? People making the pills. I was 50 pounds overweight. My mental state was screwed up, and I felt sick. And that's another thing, too. Where is the thought, the wonder, the adventure, the part of the human that wants to learn instead of the part that just goes, I'm going to be lazy and live this life because I like my phone, I like my computer and stuff, and I'm going to let everybody tell me what to do. Really? You're going to walk around through your whole life letting other people tell you what to do? Oh, that's horrible. Oh my God. I couldn't live a life where I ain't learned something a day, much less that. I'm always digging, learning, researching something. There's a lot of stuff I find fascinating, and there's also a lot of stuff that I find to be total BS. And that's when I'm really researching. And it really ain't hard because, like I said, intuition. If you tune into your intuition, you'll have that. And it's like I've told people before. I said it's like there's this frog. I say it's a BS frog that sits right on my pineal gland. And whenever I hear anything like that, it goes bullshit, bullshit. And I can just feel it, and I'm like, all right, something ain't right here. I gotta look some stuff up. We've got enough problems going on out there. There's a lot of us trying so hard every day to help the ones who are attacking us, to get them the information because we feel for everybody. Even the ones attacking me, I don't look at them and say, these people are messed up. No. I see poor souls that have been brainwashed. It's not that I'm trying to change everybody, but how can we exist in this world, and would you want to? It's being controlled by a bunch of triggered, brainwashed people. We all have to share this. So at some point, I have to say something because I don't want to live in a world that's like that, for one. And for two, this bullying thing, not on my watch. I was the guy in school that would end up getting in a fight if I had to because you're picking on that guy for no reason. Nope, ain't happening. I'm standing up. And I was the little skinny dude with the cowlick, so I got messed with enough. You know how confusing that was to some bullies? Messing with somebody in a little skinny. I'm not goofy looking, but to them, I was. It's like, hey, man, stop it. I'm not going to sit around and watch this. It's ridiculous. We need to stop this stuff. Nobody's got half of the stuff figured out. So to run around pushing your opinions on everybody and telling them it's fact and it's truth and you need to do and you need to do, that's just ego. It's pure ego. That's the mind. That's just the mind that's been programmed by many years of whatever you've stuck in it. But that's not what Spirit's telling you. Spirit is not that way. Some people really need to do some soul searching and realize that they're harming others just because they're in fear, because somebody's brainwashing them. There's an easy way around that. Turn off the devices in which are giving you all this news and stuff. And if that means to the point where you have to turn everything off and you don't watch any of my videos, fine. Whatever keeps you right. You know, I don't have this channel for making money. I just finally hit 300 subs the other day. This is just here, for one, to be able to do this, to help out. And for two, just for me to have fun with my friends, doing whatever we do on here. All right, I'm going to head over to I'm going to move things around a little bit. Roll my booty on over here and see what all is going on. And hello there, Rayoff and Thomas. Get the rest of the names here as soon as. Here, scoot over. Oh, and I've seen Autumn there too. Hey, Autumn. Move over a minute, Mickey. Here. Yeah, say hi to my buddy. This is the Mickey dog. This is my best friend. I had to scoot him over a little bit so my rolly chair don't get a hold of him. Had that happen yesterday, and poor guy lost some tail fur. He's not used to rolly chairs. This is the first time I've had a rolly chair. All right, what am I looking for? Oh, okay. This thing. The controller. Yeah, Mickey dog's awesome. Sports in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. And then he moved to Detroit. Poor dog. Seriously, I'm pretty sure he has PTSD. But a lot of crazy stuff happened in Detroit, you know, not just gunshots and stuff. I had some neighbors below me trying to kick in my door that ended up with me on 911, an axe handle in my hand, and talking to the police, telling them you might want to send an ambulance too, because if they get past the first door, well, you're going to need an ambulance. If they didn't even get past the first door, that's why I feel like I was protected. Because the funny thing is, like a couple of weeks later, I forgot my keys. I shoulder blocked the door just not real hard, and I opened it myself. These guys were kicking it and couldn't even open it. That was crazy. Oh, so glad to not be there anymore. Alrighty. Oh, okay, Rayoff. Thanks for stopping by, bud. I appreciate that, Thomas. I don't really do holidays, man. I don't see my daughter. I don't see my grandkids. I'm living in this thing. It's me and my dog. Still got to finish it. Still got to have plumbing run in it and all kind of stuff. Yeah, and through Thanksgiving, nothing. I think I had ramen noodles with tuna fish on Thanksgiving. You know, but you know, I appreciate any time anybody says have a good anything. So I really appreciate that. And if, you know, anybody here celebrates holidays, great holidays, man. Spend them with your family. If the government tells you not to, tell them to kiss your ass. I was trying not to cuss in this video. I really was. I think I dropped the cuss word for poo and that one too. There I am. I'm back to rhyming. Yeah. Yep, back to my normal Dr. Seuss speaking self. All right, let's see what we got going here. Yes, right now the picture looks fine on here, but this internet It's not the greatest, so I'm sure this is probably all fuzzy and stuff, which sucks because I used to have great internet. Now I'm sharing the internet and it's through a phone company that sucks. Politics, yeah, ticks, exactly. Crusades. That's funny. I was thinking of that one. Yeah, Crusades ended up a lot of people dead. You know, they don't believe like us. Other pagans kill them. Really? And the head of your church told you to do that? Wow. Crazy, crazy world. And I know from what I find to be truth, that's why, there's quite a few of us here doing what we're doing on these videos and stuff. Supposed to be here at this time to help and stuff. But I'm telling you what, man, starting to get to the point where I just want to like shit people. Are you paying attention? I'm telling you, wacky. I knew they said that when it got around this time, things would get kind of out there, but boy, this is like 10 bad B-rate movies all shoved together. It's like, holy crap, what's going on out there? Cool. It's cool to see you guys talking in there. Well, hey, look, we have a third person in here. Dearest Don, hello. I do that stuff sometimes. I got friends who's got channels and they'll do feeds and I'll be doing other things at the same time. My one friend, Marissa, Nez Lover Art Channel, she does a thing every night and I'll do different things sometimes while I'm watching that. Um, Sometimes I end up doing art, which is fun. Do art along with your friends while they're doing art. You know, little hair things I was building. I was doing those while I was moderating on the Nez Lover channel. Worst movie ever. I swear every day it's like I woke up some movie and I'm like, all right, let's see what's on today and get out my remote. I could say one thing though. Since moving down here to Alabama, I feel a lot better. For one, there ain't as many clouds out here as there was in that crazy town I was living in southern Michigan. And then for two, I don't got people running around yelling at me and, hi, it's gonna infect us all and somebody get the police. Or whatever. I don't know. People are getting really weird. I mean, somebody the other day said, well, hey, what if somebody's got asthma? Well, that's all the more reason to wear one. Really? Have you ever had a breathing issue and tried to put one of those on? Because I got COPD, and I'm going to tell you what, right now, I ain't walking through no grocery store passing out and hitting my head just to make somebody happy about something that I don't even believe in anyways. But it ain't a matter of what I believe in or what I not. If you don't want anything from me, then keep your distance. I've always been keeping my distance when I get around people. You don't have to tell me none of this. I don't social distance, but I do respect other people's space and always have. And I'm always washing my hands. And at wintertime, I'm always spraying alcohol or bleach water or something on doorknobs just because it's cold and flu season. You know, it's just common sense stuff. No, not originally. I've been back and forth in Michigan since 1980 something. Um, that's where I last went to school. That's where it started out at. I was living. I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio, but I've lived in 9 states. When I was young, my parents were into sales, so I also lived in Utah, Colorado, Arizona, out west, and came out this way and lived a bunch of other places. As an adult, mainly it was Michigan, Ohio, and then West Virginia. Because I left out of Michigan 2000 and went to Southern Ohio, was there for a couple of years or so, and then moved over to West Virginia, and I lived on a ridge top in a little town called Southside of West Virginia, Canal River Valley, Mason County, for about 12 years. Um, but it just eventually got to the point of where it's just time to go. Like I said, doctors had me on all kind of pills and just other stuff. So I went up north um, to get on the medical marijuana program and get off the pills. And then that place was so bad, and what was going on with the governor and stuff was just so messed up there that I moved to one of the most totally against cannabis states I could ever go to, which sounds crazy, but I had to get away from that place up there. Whatever, man. I had to get away from there. Screw that. I don't care if you do have legal stuff up there. Whatever. If your state's that bad, you can keep it, and I'll go somewhere else. I'll just meditate more or something. Whatever. Oh man. Why did your comment double up? I don't know, man. I've seen a few times where stuff happens like that. I think it's just these systems are glitchy. 'Cause I had weird stuff happen on all kind of sites. Even Facebook, for some reason, I have issues with this texting and stuff. I'm got arthritis and stuff in my body, and I went there day before yesterday, and in Messenger, they took away my ability to voice message or video message, which is how I talk to everybody. I would really like a human being from Facebook to get a hold of me and say, you know what? You're going to lose a lot of people because you just lost me over that shit. Which I know they don't care, but I've got a bunch of friends that would probably be irritated. Oh, no. I guess not a bunch. Kind of feels like a bunch, but we got like, what is it, almost 500 Facebook friends, but in reality, you've got like 10. And I think that most of the Facebook friends that I got to that I talk to are actually YouTube friends that I talk to on Facebook. Yeah, pain pills are horrible. Bad, bad, bad stuff, man. I worked on construction sites. I went through all that stuff, man. I was on a site where bricking a wall, and I was on some scaffolding, and there was a guy above me, and I'm striking the wall. This little tool you use in between the brick where the mortar is. You want to create like a nice little, seam across there. So you run this little metal tool across it. And shit just kept falling down in between the scaffolding and the wall. I'm like, what is going on up there? And I kind of peek up, and one of the workers we have, he's like probably 300 pounds. All I seen was his nose, and I seen blue up in his nostrils. Lortab 10, snorting Lortab 10s, running around geeking and stuff. It was bad, man. It was like half of the damn crew, I think, was strung out on pain pills. And it all started not because these guys were drug addicts. It started because they're doing hard ass work and getting hurt and stuff. We had one guy fall, and he hit his back on a half brick wall, and then poof, went on the ground. He got hurt so bad when they took him to the hospital, they put him on Demerol because our foreman was like, "Oh, it was horrible." He's like, "I had to drive this guy home, and he was high on Demerol. It was horrible. He drove me nuts the whole time." Live in Westland. Westland? Well, then Shacktown. Oh, man, I never thought I would get out of Norwayne, whatever. I never thought I'd get out of there. I felt like that was a vortex, like sucked me in. Spent many years living over in that area. And then finally ended up getting out, and that's what it was. I went to visit my mom in Southern Ohio for Thanksgiving, and when I went down there, her and my ex had talked, and I thought about moving down that way, and she went back to Michigan. And they left me down there to get a job and get things set up so we could all move down there. Um, but life does weird things, so it didn't really go that way. Born in Wayne. Oh, okay, Autumn. Huh. Well, that's trippy. This is a small ass world. I'm down all the way down here in Alabama, and I finally start talking to somebody who probably wasn't from that far off. Now that I'm all the way down here, yeah, I had tried to get back into there when I first moved up there. I was supposed to get a little apartment right by Crazy's Pizza, um, and some stuff happened, and I wasn't able to get it. And my Section 8 was gonna run out if I didn't get it somewhere quick. So I ended up in Detroit, and I said to myself, before I ever came back to Michigan, I will never live in Detroit again. No, I was there about 2.5 years, was it? Yeah, until I finally ended up. I had enough issues between my landlord and the other people, and he basically said, "You need to go, or we're gonna have to serve you papers." And I ended up finding an apartment in Monroe. That place was weird, really weird. They ended up screwing me really bad. I told them I was leaving early. I knew the management and stuff there. I had to sign a lease because shit fell through. I was trying to get out. I was like 2 months into it, and I told them, I said, I'm going to leave. I said, the fire doors, you guys have to keep them all closed now. They don't have no ventilation in there. I said, this is messing with my COPD. And I said, I got to go up, 3 flights of stairs to my apartment, and I got arthritis through my legs. So I'm going to go ahead and leave on, the grounds of my disability. And she said, okay, and they're going to give me my deposit back. But they turned around and kept my $1,200 deposit, my key fob deposit, and got an attorney to try and get on me for another $300 for breaking lease. I said, you guys not realize you're actually breaking the law? I'll sue all of you. I said, this is covered under my disability. So the attorney goes back and talks to the apartment complex and says, well, this is why the apartment complex says that it isn't that way. Well, if it wasn't for all the stupid shit going on in the world, I would have got an attorney and tried to do something. But I tried going through legal aid, and they never got back with me. Thanks to this, I'm not even going to go there. This thing that's keeping everybody at home or out of their jobs. You ain't got to be worried about forgive anything there, Autumn. I hit wrong keys all the time. You see the live feed where I'm in there at night. How many times am I like hitting weird buttons and misspelling stuff? I'll be sitting there sometimes with that light off and just my little ambiance lights back there, and I'll start typing, and then I'll hit enter, and I look up and I'm like, oh, crap, that's not even a word. I think I put an exclamation point in there, or there's a word and it's got a number in it. So stuff happens to all of us. Southern Ohio, do you mean Kentucky? No, actually, Southern Ohio, Gallia County. Um, Probably wasn't too far off from Kentucky, but it's actually closer to West Virginia. Gallipolis, Ohio. As a matter of fact, when I was living in West Virginia, that's where I used to shop at. It's about 20 miles from the house. Or was it 20 miles to point? Approximately about 25 miles. Could have got me from where I was at in West Virginia to Southern Ohio. So it was one county from being at the most southern tip of Ohio. The most southern tip of Ohio is Lawrence County, and you're going into southeastern Ohio. And then you got Gallia County, Meigs County. It was Gallia County, which is interesting. So I lived in southeastern Michigan too. Where am I at? Well, now I'm in northeastern. What is it with the eastern thing? I don't know. Nice girl. I haven't been dating or anything in like 8 years. I'm not even trying to find anybody, so I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of nice people down here. I mean, you're in the South, so there's a certain hospitality thing. that runs through these areas, and you don't have to go far south for that because West Virginia was a lot the same way. When I met my ex-wife's family, her uncle's like, "Hey man, come on in and get you a sit down." And I just walked in there and the energy and stuff. I was like, "This is really cool." They don't even know me. And it's just like I felt like I was family walking in there. You know, autocorrect went nuts on iPhones. Well, that don't surprise me. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with technology, and that's another thing too. Cosmically, what's going on right now is I don't even know how to explain what's going on. But if you get enough pictures outside the ISS, pictures people are taking, just look around and do the research, the sun's doing weird stuff and nobody can understand. And it almost looks like Star Wars up there, like there's some kind of war going on, little ships and stuff flying back and forth, pew, 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 chasing each other. I know it sounds crazy, but there's stuff going on up there. But between the planets, what they're doing and what the sun's doing, electronics have been going goofy. The CMEs, I think it was on the 11th, we had a CME that created a shock wave. At the same time, we had an eclipse. An earthquake came. And then a sun diving comet went into the sun at the same time. That's crazy. The moon, don't even get me started on the moon. I got a weird relationship with the moon. It fascinates me, it freaks me out at the same time. Well, it don't really freak me out, but when we get full moons and people go goofy, it's like, oh, here we go again. Ugh. Not to mention, I'm not even sure what the moon is. It still could be a spaceship for all I know. I mean, seriously. And I've seen good close-ups of the moon. I'm not going to say the channel. It's the channel I used to be on. Some things happen. I'm not there anymore. But there's somebody out there here on YouTube doing some pretty good research and getting very, very, very good close views of the moon. Actually, there's a couple of them. That guy's got a really good telescope and sees stuff. But Cindy Lou Who, she gets good stuff too. She's out of Tennessee. She don't have the telescope. She's got a really, really nice, what is it, like a P900 or a P1000 Nikon, which gets really good pictures. I mean, you don't even have to go that far to get good moon pictures, but if you want to see the lights and the weird structures, you do. But this camera right here, this camera gets good pictures of them. That's a Canon Power Shot. It's a $300 camera. I didn't pay $300 for it. I got it for $190 used, which to me is a lot of money, but it was out of the stimulus thing, and it was way better than using the cheap little cell phones that I had. I wanted to be able to get some good pictures. I was sending pictures to Mr. MEB, but it's funny, the only pictures I had that showed up on there were the ones taken with my phone. None of them off that camera did, but I think in the beginning the reason why was because I had date time stamp on it, which kind of messes things up for video. That's actually a good camera, but I don't know how to operate it properly. When I was a kid, I was given a 35 mil instruction book, to learn to aperture and all these different things. No, that's a bunch of stuff I don't even want to mess with. I just want to point and click. So that's got all kind of settings on it, but I use this point and click. I got it all on manual because I guess I didn't want to get out the book and read it. Well, there's so many things that to learn and do and stuff. I'm still trying to make up for all the years that I didn't pay attention to learning music properly. Playing this thing for 30 some years and never learned the stuff properly. Learned a little bits here and there as far as theory or scales or whatever, and that was it. Everything else just went by ear. Well, that's a bass player. That's not a musician, So I just stopped calling myself a musician for a while because I was like, no, I just turned into that bass player guy they talk about the jokes, and that's not cool. Oh man, stuff's just gonna keep getting weirder and weirder. We got the Great Conjunction coming on the 21st, man. And I've been feeling all kind of different energy pulls and just different things and stuff. It's getting really intense. And it's just going to be more because you got to figure once we hit the beginning of January, this whole thing that's being contested and argued about is really going to blow up. And a lot of people don't realize how the Constitution's wrote and what could actually happen. And it could upset the side that thinks that they got it all right now. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the side that's pushing all the crazy stuff like, let's stack bricks in the middle of your downtown and tell the police to stand back. Yeah, those ones. And that's not saying that I'm taking sides. It's all corrupt and crap. All of it. Whole entire government. What did somebody say to me last night? Government. I spelled it government. I can't remember. Anyways, cool friend. Moon setting with the sun to you. Oh, here's all kind of, the moon being up during the day when I was a kid. Every great once in a while, you get a weird cycle where towards the end of the day, the moon would start coming up before it got dark. Didn't happen that often. All the time now. This stuff's so screwy out there. I'm sure y'all have seen the different theories and stuff out there, sun simulators and just everything. You know, I do know the sun is going through a cycle, though. It's not this. I can't say exactly what's going to happen. I know the theories that are out there. Some of them I really don't even want to talk about. They promote the end and not a new beginning. But yeah, stuff's going to get a little bit funkier, but eventually what has to happen is everything needs to break down and be rebuilt. You can't build on top of something that's broken. It's not going to be stable. So what's broken has to be cleared away, destroyed, cleared away, made room for new. You know, got major entities running the whole world, and out of money, they'll let you die. Insurance companies, drug companies, governments, just about anybody who could make a bunch of money. If an engineer or scientist comes back and says this could kill people, thought pattern is, okay, so what would it cost us in lawsuits? Next amount of money. How much can we make in profits? About 5 times that. Release it. That's what they do. Knowing that's going to kill people. It's happened with car companies. It's happened with drug companies. All this shit's been documented. Now, I can't say that you might find it right now. Internet's being scrubbed, or a lot of people's videos are being taken down for saying stuff. And what trips me out is when people don't see this. It's like, wow. You're so comfortable in your own little bubble that you don't give a shit. Just let yourself be controlled. It really makes no sense. I remember when I was growing up, man. I was in the Boy Scouts, did sports in school, different things. Remember going door to door to do fundraisers, selling things, Christmas caroling when I was with the Cub Scouts for the burn unit at Children's Hospital. We didn't worry about nothing. Stayed out late, trick-or-treating. To see the world change this much, this fast, does me one thing. Well, plus like I said, I like to research stuff, so I found enough more stuff pointing to this. But it's the system. They did it on purpose. They're dismantling and destroying society, causing everybody to fight with each other so they ain't got to do all the hard work. And then when everything's broke down, Well, then you all locked up in your houses getting your welfare checks, being told what to do, and you're living in the movie 1984. And this is all coming from somebody who technically is not only a high school dropout, but the last grade that I completed, actually completed, didn't flunk, whatever, the 8th grade. Now, if I can figure this stuff out, anybody can. I mean, I'm not saying anything about myself or trying to, be coming down on myself or anything. I'm just trying to use some logic here in a way to get this out. If a common man with an 8th grade education can figure this stuff out, so can anybody. Period. The Hopi. I have seen what I believe to be the red and blue Kachinas. I really do. I listen to the native peoples. It's in my bloodline. There you go. When I had my spiritual awakening, the music that was playing was being played on one of these native flute. So, of course, I had to buy one. Still got to learn to play it a little more proper. It's more of like a breathing you do with these things, I think that's why it feels like such a spiritual connection, you get in this calm mode, get your breathing right, because it's like you're breathing through the notes, not really blowing through it, and it feels like it's like a meditative thing when you're playing one of these things. And it's meditative to hear someone playing, if they play it right, Because technically, even though it's they call this the native flute, it's technically a 5-hole whistle. So if you hit the wrong notes, it will sound like a bad whistle. Yeah, I see you, Fifth. How you doing? What is happening? Everybody's hanging out in there talking, and I'm trying to get the message out to whoever wants to hear it. To stop bullying one another and telling everybody what to do. Got a whole world fighting, man, about everything, and they're just slinging stuff back and forth. I seen a guy preaching today, and they were just all up his butt because he was preaching, and the poor guy couldn't go into his church and preach because they wouldn't let him in there, so he's getting attacked by people. I seen somebody getting chased around a store the other day by some older dude in some butt gripping shorts. It was just freaky looking. But anyways, he's chasing her around about a mask, and he's violating the 6-foot rule. So if he's worried about getting sick, why are you getting so close? And then this election shit, slinging stuff back and forth both sides. All these different groups and entities that keep coming up and going in and starting stuff in the middle of cities and burning and breaking things and stuff. And we're all being bullied by the system. We don't need to be bullying each other. And if your ego is so out there that you got it all figured out and you got to tell the whole world how they need to be, you need to do some soul searching and check that ego. I've been researching stuff and learning stuff my whole life. And you want to know what? The more I research, the more I learn, the more questions I have. Yep, more questions I have. You want to get it all figured out? You're going to have to consciously evolve, probably die a few times, and go back to source itself. Then you have it all figured out. Till then, just live and be and quit picking on one another. Hey, I love you too, dear Fifth. Well, I love all you. Oh, I'm pointing over there. Hey, wherever you're at. All of you. Whether you're tuning in or not, or what side you're from. What kind of crap you're slinging, not slinging, whatever. I love all. That's just the way it is. Matter of fact, here, we'll do that again. Everybody have a big hug. Here, come on, have a hug. Ah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The system being here. God, oh my, gee, Christmas. I don't get it too. I mean, they've left hints in movies and music all over the place of what's going to happen. I mean, it's like when something stupid's going to happen, there's clues all over the place. You know, people either don't want to see it or they go, "Oh, that's conspiracy stuff." No, it's not. I was watching Observation Deck today, and that guy said something that made perfect sense. You want to know what a true conspiracy is? Thinking you live in a democratic society. That's a true conspiracy because you don't. That's the real conspiracy theory. I love it that guy said that. I was like, oh my God, that is so dead on. So dead on. I have to go post that and give him props for it. Oh shit, I don't care. Don't make me go get my shirt. I haven't found my shirt since I moved, but they can fight that. Dude, as soon as this happened and they started the mask thing, I started walking into the stores with no mask on and my free hug shirt. By the way, the free hug shirt, you can get them on Amazon. There's Don Ann Arbor. I just said to you because I know you being up in Michigan, that ain't that far off. But the shirts I got was made in Ann Arbor, and the ink that they use, I guess ink can be toxic, but they're using some kind of non-toxic ink. So it kind of made me happy because, you know, supporting somewhere local kind of thing at the time. But it's just a black shirt, says free hugs. I eventually cut the sleeves off though because it's kind of tight, you know. But I cut the sleeves off a lot of shirts. Only time you really see me with sleeves is if it's chilly, you know, getting towards winter time or whatever. Nope, you ain't making me wear a mask. I literally won't go to your store. I won't go to the hospital. Nothing. None of that stuff. Matter of fact, I got hernias. I won't even go to the hospital. Well, for one, I've gotten this whole different mode since I don't know, learned some things and they ain't cutting on me. And I've also seen some people that's went through those surgeries and have to get them repaired over and over. And it's ridiculous. And for two, I ain't walking into no hospital. You kidding me? Give me some crappy test that doesn't even work right, that comes up with a false positive and goes, okay, now we're going to lock you in here for 2 weeks. No, I'm the guy that be on the news. I'm the dude that like knocks somebody out, busts out a window, and jumps out the window. I mean, I don't want to get physical with nobody, but if you're trying to lock me up, you ain't going to be successful. I'll just say that much. And I would kick out the window and jump out. I don't care if it was like 10 floors up. I would jump to my death and be dealt with that crap. It's like that jab. That ain't gonna be mandatory. And if it was, well, looks like I didn't make it to 50. I'll go to the other side and guide everybody from there. Hey, Autumn. You see a guy with no sleeves is because he was in the wood with no toilet paper. I got pine cones out back. I don't need to use my sleeves for it. I think I got enough pine cones out there. But these pine cones down here, I forget what they call these kind of pine trees these are. I think it's a form of yellow pine. I don't know. But they're huge, man. And they got these pine cones that are really big and heavy because I got like a tin roof on this thing I'm living in. I got a really big pine tree back here. And when the pine cones hit, you're like, whoa, what the hell was that? But they got like little hook barb things on them. So I don't know if I'd want to wipe my bouquet with one of those. But I do got a bunch of them if I got desperate. Yeah, I guess your sleeves would work all right. But hey, while we're on that subject, the sycamore tree has the biggest leaves of any leaf in North America. So if you're in North America, you're near a creek or near a low-lying area where sycamores usually grow, and you got to go out in the woods to take care of business, grab you a couple of those leaves. And they're a little bit fuzzy on one side too, so it's kind of soft on your bouquet. Oh man, that's a crappy discussion. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what they say I can do or not do without doing that. I'm on disability. I don't work anyways. What you do? Take my check from me? Don't give a shit. I started watching survival shows like 20 years ago, man. I mean, literally, I've already got it in my head. They try forcing anything, the dog in a papoose, backpack, me in the woods. I can start a fire, feed myself, any of that shit, you know? I might have to carry a couple books with me just because I haven't went through all that stuff enough to know all the different plants and stuff that I can use, but I know enough to survive. I can find food, you know? And that's without having to kill anything. Of course, in the wintertime, it'd be a little bit whatever. I also look at it like this. This life right here is a very small, just a tiny little portion of the existence in which we all are in. This life ain't it. It's just a little piece of it. I'm not going to sacrifice my spiritual well-being for this man's world. When people talk about the Bible and they talk about 666 and the number of the beast, that's what I think of. I think it's not literal in that sense, but it is in a way of choosing man's world. I will never go, hey man, I just want to live in your world, so I'll take whatever you give me. I choose death first. Because I know that there's no real such thing as death. The body, yes, it will go away. The spirit will go elsewhere. So basically, if you threaten me with death, you're threatening to send me home, send me where my soul came from. And from everything I've heard, it's a beautiful set of dimensions or whatever it is. I know anybody who's been there usually comes back and is like, it's unbelievable. You just click right out of here, right to there. And you're like, wait a minute, I know this place. So they can't even threaten me with death because it's like, oh, really? You're going to send me home? So I ain't got to fight and argue with things and deal with the, broken teeth and the hernias and arthritis and people being mean to one another? Because, boss, I'm getting tired. I just had to throw in the John Coffey thing there because I feel that way sometimes. But they can say whatever they want to. Take it all away from me. Go right ahead. I don't care. They're the ones that's going to have to deal with that kind of bad energy or karma or whatever you want to call it. You can literally go, okay, that's it. You're going in front of a firing squad. And as they point the gun at me and say, you got any last words? Yes. I love you all. I just put out a very powerful, nice thing to say. Is it going to change anything as far as me getting killed? No. But what it is going to do is send that beautiful feeling through my body. And as soon as you pull the trigger, I'm not in fear. I'm in the love vibe. And I'll go home. And I'll just guide everybody from there. Or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll go rest. Who knows? But I would still like to see some people be able to live a nice, comfortable life down here without being controlled. Yeah. An EpiPen. Yeah. Well, if you got, then that means you got allergies in Britain right now, and they're trying to keep that to where people don't know it. Over there in Britain, they're saying if you've got allergies, if you're going to have a kid, might be pregnant, or a child, any of these things, they said don't take it. Yeah, I know, Thomas. That's where you say God is on our side. That's why I'm not worried about it because I don't want to sound like all like a religious extremist or anything, but yeah, basically it boils down to that. You want to take this from me? Go ahead. I choose God. What people call God, I choose that over this world. If that makes me smile, and I know why it makes me smile, because we all come from God and are part of God. That is that the energy, the Holy Spirit, the whatever, God within us, that part that's giving me the energy to smile. Just like, there you go. You know it's important. You understand. That's why I can sit here and say, go ahead. I choose God over this world. You want to kill me? Right ahead. I don't care. Maybe I'll choose to come back again, and this time I'll really annoy you. And I'll just keep doing it over and over, because guess what? There's no beginning or no end. Might be to this planet, and I'll just keep doing it till it's not here anymore, and I'll go somewhere else. Then maybe I'll play in the monkey bars and get on a swing. Ride a Pegasus unicorn. Which my dog might have possibly been in a past life. Thought about that. Maybe he was a unicorn and I was an elf, and I rode him around. Oh, don't even say that company name. Don't say that company name. Oh my God. Yeah, that's all that company. Every time I see that name, it starts making me think not so great thoughts. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not going to get started on that stuff. Reported reaction here to now. Yeah, no matter what. Just reading what he said there, Don. Yep, fear not, we will win. That's the crazy thing. This stuff's been wrote in a lot of traditions, man. You know, all through the world. But there'd come a time like this. This ain't just some. You hear people say that as far as the Bible and stuff. Well, it ain't just there. You can even go into the native cultures and stuff. You know, Mayans talk about stuff. The natives here talk about stuff. You go over into the other side of the world, same thing. They all speak of these days. And they all talk about it. A lot of them talk about the signs in the air too. And a lot of people aren't seeing it. It's like, oh my God, how are you all not seeing this? I've seen what looks like rogue planets, possibly a second sun, something that looks like it could be another small moon, spirit orbs, spaceships. I don't know. There's some other stuff up there that I think's man-made, but I can't really tell you. There's possibility that these governments down here actually have stuff up in space. I mean, I had a dream years ago. I was being chased by, I didn't know what it was at the time, but come to find out it was a TR-3B, big flying triangles. It was chasing me down a freeway in Detroit in a dream. And then when I moved to Detroit, I was walking one day and I walked over this overpass and looked down. And I was like, oh my God, that's where that happened in my dream. And I started kind of tripping out. So I was like, oh no. And then I seen that stuff about those and Project Bluebeam. And that was all after, like, years after I'd had these dreams. I've had another one that I think the scenario is playing out right now, and I really don't want to get into that because it's not good. It could be, but what leads into it is not good. I'm trying to keep my energy manifesting good, because that can be very powerful, especially with the emotion behind thought, your imagination, whatever. And here, that's when you really start to put from the ether and from your mind into what we call reality here. It makes shit real, Hey, how you doing, Project? Hold on a second. Let me get my thingamabobber out. I actually had a friend that posted something. I haven't looked into it because I don't like to follow links I don't really know a whole lot about. But I went to the main link or the main thing link and checked it, and then went back and she said those are all separate links. And when I looked at them, I was like, oh my god, I don't know if it's real, but it took me to what looked like somewhat of a legit page. But it was supposed to be a big, massive wiki link dump, and it was talking about all the people, as far as you say, Gitmo, all the people, and their and what kind of charges being charged with, and they were all separate links to all that different shit. Hold on a second, project. There you go. Next comment comes up from you. You got your blue wrench, man. I'd give you a flamethrower or a hammer or something, but they only give us wrenches. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I don't know. Or if maybe I should go ahead and shut this down. I'm not sure if I have a whole lot more to say. WikiLink guy is going to get a pardon. Yeah, well, they should have in the beginning. I don't understand why he hasn't, because in the beginning, yeah, the one that everybody's calling Mr. T on here now because they don't want to get in trouble. The guy that's supposed to be running stuff over here in the States at the moment. Well, not really running stuff, but whatever you want to call that position. He was talking about how much he loved them before he got in there. I mean, I literally remember him saying he loves WikiLeaks. So it's like, why are these people in trouble? And Julian Assange, all these people, why are they in trouble? They shouldn't be in trouble. In my book, hero status or something, Give them a great big fucking cookie, 5 gold stars, and whatever else, What is it? Can't post links or delete or time out anyone. There's Don. This last comment says, can't post links or delete or time out anyone. Why would you want to time out? Well, if I'm trolling, we do that in other groups. Get some people that are in there and the troll people. I usually don't have too many issues unless like it hit a certain time of day and it's like a random troll, Hey, how you doing, Ox? Oh yeah. You gotta be a moderator to post links and do all that kind of stuff. I put Project is once. I know her from other groups, and she asked about it, and we're moderators together in other groups. Where I put my glasses. Are you on a Facebook at all, or not today? YouTube took it away. Are you saying YouTube took away your abilities to do stuff, like on your channel or other channels, or what? I know they're doing a whole bunch of different stuff to people, stopping them from stuff. What do you mean mods can't do anything on streams? I was just I timed out somebody the other day the day before yesterday. Because I took their message down, and then somebody else came in, because Ox is one on that station too. Quickness, man. I couldn't believe I actually got one and took it down, because usually else on there, They're so quick, but that's the thing. Being there long enough, they know who the trolls are. You get to know them by the stuff they say. That's how I was able to shut that one down so quick. It's the thing the person said. I knew it was the same troll from another night. Boom! Hit it and it went away. And I think we were posting links last night, weren't we? Okay, well, one of my mods, throw up a link of yours or somebody's on there. Let's see what happens. I'm not doubting you, Don. I just want to look into this stuff because I almost feel like there's somebody listening in on Messenger and knows that the way I communicate and took away my way to communicate, which sounds ludicrous, but there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. I don't see no links. Okay, Ox, it says you just posted 2 links. Can you see them? Because I don't see them. Buffering. Oh, crap. I don't see none. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how well this site works. I had a friend tell me about it, and then like a day or two later, Awaken with JP mentioned it. He's on there, and his buddy Brett Pella is on there, and there's a lot of other known people that's starting to show up on Parlor. You can put videos and stuff just like this. I'm not sure as far as live and how any of that works because I'm on this channel's on there on Parlor. This channel's on Minds, but I haven't been using Minds. I've just been doing the YouTube thing, and it's also on WeedTube, but I never go there. And I'm still getting people subscribing, but the people that are subscribing, I think, are people trying to sell stuff. It looks like companies, you know. Oh, you leaving Skyfalls? Oh no, okay. Somebody just saying much love. Hey, how you doing, cowboy? Trying to figure something out. Looks like Cowboy, they took away the ability for moderators to do anything, because if they took away your ability to time out people or delete people and took away your ability to post links, then what can we do? Hey, I didn't think about that. Autumn, did you want to be moderator? Well, I'm asking this now that we have no abilities. Oh, God. That is it. I'm telling you, here's what I believe. Not believe, screw believe. This is what I honestly feel. They are pushing so hard against us. And even, Lori Ladd said that our energy right now is almost like buffalo or something, like coming through and pushing that hard against it. They got to stop. They're resisting. And our energy is being propelled by, like I said, the divine, what people want to call spirit or God. We'll just, seeing as nobody's offended by that, we'll just use that word for here for now. We are being pushed by and have the energy of God. So the more they start pounding this shit, the quicker can this stuff happen. Next year, the world will not look the same. honestly believe they need to either take Facebook away from Mark Zuckerberg and turn it into a public site, not monitored or controlled by the government, by actual regular people, or just destroy it altogether. And YouTube's numbers are going to be, I hate to say it because I've really got into liking YouTube, but their days are going to be numbered. They don't stop their stuff. Google's already in trouble with the evil entity that let them do the shit they're doing, the government. You know, it's like making a deal with the devil. Oh, you might get something for a little while, but it's going to come back on you. You know? Yeah, we'll see, but Don said that, and it happened here. So, and I don't have no strikes or anything against me. I've never. The only thing I've ever had put against me was copyright violations for music, but I've never had a strike put against me for violating community standards on here. So, you know. Oh yeah. Hey, Don, if you got any way of getting a hold of people, email or whatever, go ahead and get a hold of me. We could have some interesting discussions. I've been saying that for a while. I'm like, the CIA runs that place, man. You know, they're the PSYOP kings, and they're also the ones that created terrorism. CIA, you know, MK Ultra, terrorism, all that shit. It's all crap, man. You know. Matrix mainstream. Not sure what that is. Hmm. Like I said, there's these other sites, and if we use these sites more, then they'll be able to build these sites up better. As far as music and stuff, there's always other. That's their actual thing is they're a free speech social media site. Free speech. I mean, you could get on there and say, stupid stuff like I said before, like you believe Captain Crunch is God or whatever. Whatever stuff you want to say, you can say. It's your right as long as you don't violate any laws or bully or harm people. And that's why I went to Minds too, because it's the same way. And Minds, they don't use logarithms like Facebook does and collect your information neither. Oh yeah, Blockbuster. That's the way it was. It was like Blockbuster looked like they owned the whole world with when it came to video. They don't exist no more. So their purpose is like trying to throw us to the wolves. Now we have no way to control trolls. Well, I'm gonna get together a good video. It won't be alive. Probably make a good video telling everybody to abandon YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, now it's like sitting there, ask Autumn as far as being a moderator, and then you, Don, I should say, yeah, talk to me in email or whatever, everything's cool and stuff, I can make you one too. But what's the sense of making people moderators if they can't do anything? I mean, sure, might be able to see blue and go, oh, it's moderator, don't mess around here. But if they know what we know, then they know we can't do anything. Well, you guys are not useless. You might not be able to do mod stuff, but y'all being here is freaking just awesome support for whoever's on the other side and awesome support for one another. So, man, the blue color shows up better when I'm trying to read the screen. I can say that much. It shows up a lot better than this white does. I got the blacked out screen stuff. The white kind of fades in, the blue seems to stick out more. And I like the color blue. Yeah, I would flood YouTube with calls, but who the hell do you call? I got my original station on here. That's under my actual name, Dana Patterson. I can't even get into it. I've tried a few times to get in a hold of YouTube. It's like, look, man, a long time ago, lost whatever my code to get in there, and changed my computer and stuff. End up having to start this one, which is great because the name was given to me to call this channel this. Uh, so that's cool and all, but I just still like to have got some old videos. They show growth. From the time I started doing this stuff all the way up till now. So I tell people if they want to, they can go to the other station and look and see that, yeah, we're all growing and going through a lot of the same stuff. You can see it in my old videos. Well, thank you. Like my channel, or whoever's channel. Yeah, we got to do something. I don't know what, though, because quite frankly, I think that YouTube's doing it on purpose because they're trying to control everything. And I think the best way to deal with the problem is to take the power away from them. Take the power away from them by making a mass exodus and leaving YouTube. There has to be a mass exodus. One or two of us leave, and what's that doing? I'd say that everybody has a problem with this. Do a video on it. You do a video on it, I'll do a video on it. We'll all do videos on it. Tell people what they're doing to us here. And taking away our rights to even control bullying on our channel. Because that's all trolls are. Sad little bullies. Probably, got picked on themselves, so now they pick on others. Sitting in their mom's basement, 40-some years old, eating Cheetos. Oh, look for a job later, Mom. Yeah, that's the thing. YouTube it's very easy platform to use, and there's you can get a lot of interaction and stuff. Trying to figure out the other ones is somebody started a truck. I was like, what is that noise? Um, some of them other platforms I still haven't quite figured out yet. I mean, I put a video on that Parlor, and it was there. I watched it, and then I clicked off, and it was gone. So I don't know exactly how to put it on there because they don't call stuff posting videos. It's like, do you want to parlay? Parlay? Huh? But maybe the other sites will get easier to use as we use them, and maybe as we use them, they'll put more into them. And then we can bring down these people that's running all this crap. Because if they ain't got the income coming in, well, they're going to go down, IRC. I'm not sure what them initials are for. It's like every day now, wake up, meditate. As much positive vibe as I can. And then all through the day, it's almost like I have a natural internal happiness. And then I look at the world, and then I got to start this whole process of finding little things to grip onto for happiness and inspiration. We used to just be there, It's actually literally got me at times to where I'm like, all right, I'm going into prayer. I don't care if it's an angel or an alien that hears this. If you can get me out of here, let's go. I don't care if you fly in with wings, go, okay, let's go back home. Or if you come in with a spaceship, go, all right, man, whatever that means. I'm hopping in. Let's get out of here. 12. Just create a wormhole and bounce us there that fast. I don't even want to see it leaving behind me, which sucks because I really love this planet, and there's cool things I'd like to see. You know, if they tear down these boundaries and we didn't have all these government politics, like China, I'd have done one over there, man. There's some crazy looking mountains and stuff over there I want to see. I've been watching these guys that do kayaking. Oh my God, these guys, holy crap. They're like kayaking off 50 and 80-foot freaking waterfalls and stuff. They were over in China doing some of that stuff. Oh man, it was beautiful. Some of these really crazy looking mountains they got, you know, like jungle looking areas and stuff. Yeah, I wish I could remember the name of that channel. That's a cool channel, man. You know, I used to watch some of the kayakers and stuff when I fished on the Gauley River in West Virginia. I was like, yeah, you really got to know what you're doing. There's a lot of eddies, weird holes and stuff. You couldn't get pulled under to die. On that river, somebody died every couple years, I think it was. I was actually there one year when somebody died because I was complaining about them raising and lowering the river level because it's controlled by a big dam holding back a 300 some foot deep reservoir. It's actually the biggest earthen dam that side of the Mississippi on the east. It's Summersville, West Virginia. Holds back the Gauley River from Summersville Lake. And when I got back to the campsite, I felt bad because the reason they were raising and lowering the water was the person got sucked under, and they were trying to get a pressure differential in the water so the person could pop back up and they could get them out. You can actually go fishing, and I've walked all the way down to where there's these nasty falls, and out of nowhere there's like a bodyboard on a tree to get people out of the water that, you know, goes into the water. So watching this channel, I'm able to get that experience without actually being in there. You know, the guy's got on his GoPro and stuff, and man, I love watching it. But definitely thinking now, oh God, that's something I'd have to start when I was young and learn. Because I mean, this guy's like flipping over water just all over. It's like, golly, that looks scary as shit, but fun too. Yeah, the parlor thing I just started, and actually they spell it with an ER. I'm not sure why, because I kept spelling it with an OR, and I wasn't getting anywhere with an E. Internet relay chat. Oh no, I remember that. Actually, there for a little while, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, I was off the internet for about 4 years. I wasn't on the internet, and I was out in the middle of nowhere, chopping my own wood for heat, you know, canning my own vegetables and stuff. Well, not all the time. I mean, I helped a little bit. Here and there I did some. Not as much as I probably should have or wanted to, but a little bit. But, you know, grew potatoes and all that stuff out back, you know, grew my own vegetables. And before I left, that's when I started going into organics. It taught me a lot there watching people use chemicals and stuff. And I was like, nope, organics. Everything I grow is going to be organic now. Internet relay chat. Some people get addicted to it and ruin some marriages. And that's like porn, hell. There's people that get addicted to that and it ruins marriages too. How long have I been? Oh man, I've been on here almost an hour and a half. Wow, did not realize that. Should probably get off here and eat had a couple tuna fish sandwiches and a scoop of peanut butter. Oh yeah, a couple of them really little tiny oranges. Is it nectarines or is it these little things? Ones they call cuties or whatever. So I should probably eat something and get a hold of a couple people about this whole thing going on with YouTube. See, that's no coincidence, man. That Facebook Messenger cut off my ability to be able to voice message and to be able to video message. And then if I try to do a quick video and send it, it always tells me it's too large to send on Messenger, even though some of them are smaller in length than the actual videos Messenger let you do. And then they do this. This, my friends, sounds like a war. Well, it is. It's a war for our consciousness, but they've went way too far. And that's what they don't realize. They don't realize, they want us to get physical and do dumb shit like that and just feed into their evil energies. That's something way more powerful than that. It's called meditation and prayer. And I've learned the secret to some of that stuff, and is to get out of my head and go completely into spirit and into my heart space. If I get myself in the right mode, I can literally cause a spontaneous Kundalini rise from bottom to top. So intense that I'm like, ah! From the energy coming out. And if we all do that, well, that's what shifts things. Like I said, one thing I was listening to earlier where Lori Ladd was talking, she said that we had shifted away from a very bad, because we won't give up and keep pushing. They don't realize once you take the fear away from people, ain't nothing they can do. And what's the greatest fear for a lot of humans? Death. I don't have one of those no more. Do I want to leave right now? No, I'd like to get some shit done. But if I do, okay, I'll go into something else. Whatever. Yep, took it way too far. Yeah, staying positive, definitely. And that's the way I'm going to look at this is, I'm glad they're pushing more. Do it fast. Throw it all at us all at one time. Get it all out. Because that'll just make this whole process quicker. Go ahead, keep slinging your shit. We still got telephones. And even outside of that, if you really start working on it, you can telecommunicate. This stuff happens to me all the time. People I'm tuned into. Do it with my neighbor all the time, friends that I've had on YouTube and Facebook. Send stuff, song or something. Oh man, I really want. Yeah, I know. I thought you. Complete a sentence. Yeah, I know. I heard you. Go to my neighbor says something or whatever. That's what I was just thinking. And that's not a special ability for a certain kind of human. No. It's the way you're built. It's the way we're all built. It's no coincidence that when people talk about interdimensionals or aliens, that they seem to always speak their minds. Well, not technically their minds, but telecommunication. Yes, it does shut off the immune system. Fear. Yeah, exactly. How can you add a single cubit to this life by being fearful or worrisome? If you're fearful or worrisome, you ain't contributing nothing to yourself or anybody around you other than more fear, which causes a problem with everything. You say, oh, greed. That's not. Greed is created out of fear. All the nasty stuff's created out of fear. These people fighting with one another. It's all out of fear. It's not because we just all of a sudden had a generation of naturally born buttholes. No. It's because they've been programmed into fear. Now they're lashing out because they're scared that, of the people around them because their newscast told them to be. That just sounds so ludicrous to say. I can't help but roll my eyes when I hear that because, man, That's the reason why I dropped out of school. I'm like, these damn people, they may be educated in certain areas, but as far as in the major scope of everything, they don't know any more than I do. Only thing that's going on here is they're trying to control me and turn me into something they want. Back in those days, I had a mohawk, a leather jacket, combat boots, ripped up jeans, and screws with spikes sticking out, everything. So I got along with everybody in the last school I went to. It was the first time that I've actually crossed that many different, cliques. They were all cool. Teachers, completely different story. Vice principal, I've never forgot this. He said, "You're just rebelling, and one day you're going to get older, and you're not even going to realize what you were rebelling against." Well, let's see. I was 17 when that happened. Or no, I was getting ready to turn 17. I was 16, just getting ready to turn 17. I'm 49 now. That dude was so wrong. I know exactly what I was rebelling against. It was people like him. People like him trying to run around telling everybody what to do, controlling others. I knew what I was rebelling against. Well, anyways, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Get me something to eat. Yeah, if anybody wants to, man, do a video, call, whatever you can to, so we can try and get this stuff figured out, or just or another site. They're all over the place. I can't even how many sites people's told me of. Yeah, I'm constantly getting sinks. Like I got the 316 again today. Those are ones that I usually don't get a whole lot. I get them every now and then. And when I got that 316 earlier, I was like, yeah, I'll do a video here in a minute. I said, but right now I'm just not in a really great mood. I need to get myself chilled out and everything. Because I thought it was the other side saying, do a video. Like I will. And I know I need to do a video, but I don't want to go on there and do a video and be like, how's that going to help? I got to get myself somewhat calm and zen, or it's not going to do any good. I'm just spitting out the same energy I'm trying to dissipate and get rid of. Oh, man. Yep. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Well, Facebook took away ways of doing some stuff. Now YouTube. Looks like it's time to start pricing those places that do websites. Put up my own website. Can't touch me then. I'm paying for it. I can say what the hell I want to. Hey, thanks, Thomas. May you all be blessed with much love, affection, good health, prosperity. I didn't catch the last word right. My eyes are starting to get buggy on me. Yeah, man. Ain't none of us dead. There's still plenty of fight. I hate to use the word fight, but even though it looks really bad, we are getting the energies in here that we need to go through this. And I know this for a fact because if I wasn't getting these energies, I'd probably walked off in the middle of the woods a long time ago. It's a great thing about walking off in the middle of the woods and letting go of all this. You can create your own little world. Seriously. Because you don't know what's going on in the world anymore. You don't see it. What you see is the birds, the squirrels, the trees, nature. To you, the world's a paradise. You don't see the crap going on. And I don't want to take It's a cop out for me. I'm here for the long haul. I ain't going nowhere. No matter where I have to put them. I will keep spreading the truth, no matter how I have to spread the truth. And I will keep loving everybody, no matter how wonky, cranky, or weird people or society gets. Why? Because I prefer to see the world through the eyes of God. And that is a very powerful thing. Oh, Feliz Navidad. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Can't Touch Me, a great name for a new creator site. Yeah, that would be cool. So where you? So where where's the channel at? Ah, we're over on Can't Touch Me. uh, yeah, that's why you use passwords that are so whacked out that you have to look them up to reuse it in order to get in somewhere. I had an issue years ago on my Facebook, and that's when I come off the computer for a while. Computer got wiped. I said, screw it. Ain't nothing but a bunch of hackers and shit. I don't even want to mess with it. But that was back at a time where I didn't know YouTube yet. And there wasn't nothing going on Facebook except for people going, look what I ate yesterday. I got to poop. I was like, really? Who cares? Um, so, but I ended up going into redoing passwords, and they're so out of whack. I have to look them up. And you can't track it down to anything about me, numbers I use, things I say, or nothing. I mean, they're just like, what the hell does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. There's all kind of shit mixed up in there. But it's not saying that's a perfect system. I mean, if you actually have a hacker that doesn't like them, and they got enough ways, I guess they could get into stuff. But just generally speaking, just keep your passwords really crazy. Don't use the same one. Do like I do, get a little notebook and write down the passwords for all the different sites and hide that thing somewhere. Happy holidays. Well, yeah. Happy holidays to anybody who celebrates holidays. Uh, I don't really have a reason to. So I'll probably be sitting here on what people call Christmas Day eating, I don't know, ramen noodles, fish sandwich, something. I don't know. It'd be a normal winter day for me. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can feel love resonating up down your body when someone who loves you puts their hands on you. Oh, yeah. I can cuddle up with that dog and immediately go from to ah. They say that it will have your blood pressure will go down hanging out with your dog or cat or whatever. But I think that's why. As a matter of fact, thanks for that, because that just got me thinking something I wanted to say earlier that I forgot about. But they say that we are the intelligent race here on Earth. Yet there are so many people incapable of unconditional love. Dogs, cats, that's what they know. It's unconditional. I mean, if you yell at that animal and they go and tell you you're sorry and it's going to be cool with you. Human being on there, I don't like you. You yelled at me. You triggered me, and now I don't want to ever talk to you. But these animals are capable of unconditional love, and they're supposed to be the lower life form. Don't that sound a bit ludicrous? I mean, really. And it's not that the human ain't capable of it. We're capable of that and beyond that. But you're not capable of shit if you're letting the world brainwash you. you're letting other people do your thinking for you, you could be capable of ascending, evolving, anything. And in this day and age, if you don't stand up, you might find yourself locked up somewhere, going to bread lines, being told that all these different entities are out to get you, they're keeping you safe. My ass. Quit blaming shit on Russia, too. We know that that ain't the issue. And I know who it is. And they might already be over here by way of Canada. And I ain't getting into that because they were led over here by some idiots. Yeah. I tell you what, Don, there's been times when, I wasn't a big Star Trek guy, but there was this period where I was still watching the TV a little bit when I was going through my reawakening. Yeah, I'd watched a little bit of the later generations of Star Trek stuff, but I actually went through a thing where I watched all of them except for the very last one, I think. I watched most of it, but I watched them all the way through, and it was trippy, man, because it was like I was getting information from the universe through Star Trek. Yeah, I had to remember why I was saying that, but and one of them, I don't know if it's Deep Space Nine or which one. They have this character. It's called a Ferengi, and thinks humans are disgusting, and he's like, humans, you humans. And there for the longest time, I was walking around, and whenever I got disgusted by things around the world, I was like, humans. Which is kind of silly because, I mean, I'm in one of these bodies too, but I don't identify myself as a human. I identify myself as spirit living in a human body. This is just what I'm using to travel around in right now. This ain't me. You know, the real me, what's really me, none of us can see right now. Part of it's here, part of it's somewhere else. It's energy. Hey, thanks, Ox. See, look, Ox caught somebody. I didn't see what they said. Let me see. My curiosity. Oh, okay. So yeah. Oh, Troll Hunter. Yeah, it's you. Okay. All right. I see that. Cool. Thanks, Ox, man. I wanted to get a hold of Nez and try and which I'm sure you might have got a hold of her before me and let her know what's going on. Um, but yeah, Ox just did that because I watched it. It popped up Troll Hunter. I didn't even have time to see what it said, and then popped back down. And when I checked it, it said it's him checking systems. So thanks, bro. I'm telling you what. It's somebody I don't. Some stuff happened on a channel, but there's a good person out there. Really, really good mod that was on the channel. Oh my God. How did I forget her name? Darla. Darla Lama. Yeah, I used to. Oh, okay, the channel was Bruce Sees All, but I'm not even going to say what happened there, but stuff just. She was really quick, man, really good. And I was thinking, man, she should get moderator of the year. But you know what, Ox? After seeing you on this channel for a while, I think we need to give you one. You're always quick with putting up links, quick with catching people. Like right there, you did a little bit of researching, set up some stuff, see if it worked. It's like, damn. Yeah. Moderator of the year. The link still ain't popped up. Oogie boogie woo. Yeah, and I think that's what happened to me one time. I had said something about not having many subs, and then, well, I got a little bit of help. My subs jumped up, and then like the next day, they took away like 20 some. So yeah, somehow they were able to figure out whatever was going on. Idiot, damn computer. Woman from IN. I'm not sure what IN is. Well, let's see. Yeah, I know it sucks that we can't share links, but at least we can now back each other up. I mean, links is great, but I think the most important part is to be able to be a team and look out for each other and stuff. I don't know why I take the links thing. Well, that's so stupid. You know, a lot of people like that, you know, being able to come in as mods. Like, oh, okay, extra. And it's not just links to your channel. Sometimes it's like an example of something. Oh, hey, check this out. And you put a link or whatever, you know, or maybe even just songs sometimes, you know, that stuff. You got a little channel too. Well, I seen you talking to him earlier. Does Don, you and Ox know each other from here? Huh. I'm not sure, Thomas. Yeah, I know. And you're good at that. A lot of times I won't post my own links. So if my links get posted, you know, somewhere where you're at, Ox, it's usually you doing it. I was gonna say you seem all right and cool there, Don. It's just I was thinking as far as like moderator because in the beginning I just think hey you sound cool and put some people as moderator and I had a couple of issues and had to get rid of some people. You know, so almost got kind of like Nez with it. It's like um, you seem all right, you know, and I should make sure that there's some kind of contact, whether it be email or whatever, you know, because it's you got to be able to talk with the people here, you know, in case there's any issues, something to look out for, whatever, that kind of thing, you know. But actually, I'll go check out your channel. It's been there since 2012. Wow, it's been around a while. You want a mod? I mean, that's up to you. Your go-to channel app. I ain't got one of those. I think that's the thing you were talking about on phone where they messed it up on here and then you got it found a app to get it back or whatever. Yeah. Well, the part about sharing doesn't work, but if you become a mod, you can shut people down that are picking on other people. So if you're into that, Don, I can go ahead and do it right here, right now. Ah, that's I was wondering that, Ox. I was like, does he got these like wrote down somewhere? Because you know, here I put a link or whatever, and I gotta like go to the channel and try and find it. By the time I come back, like Ox put a link of this, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even get him find the one link before he got them all up there. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, I think I asked you that too, didn't I, Adam? About being a moderator. Well, that's all up to you too. Oh, Thomas, you've been around for quite a while, bouncing around in these. So, if any of you want to think you can be beneficial to moderating, let me know. and I'll do it before I click out of here. Monthly cost. Yippee. I guess if you use it enough, it might be worth it, or would be worth it. Well, we're almost on 2 hours, so 56. Say I keep it on for another 4 minutes and then shut it off at 2 hours. That's probably one of the longest lives I've done. All right, there you go. Autumn, you are now a moderator. Faux show. They might own the app. Google's part of, or YouTube's part of Google, and Google seems to, oh God, I don't know how much of the internet they own. I don't even want to speculate. Almost scary. I was wondering if that was you, Crafty. How is Mickey? Well, let's see. How are you, Mick? Here, come here. You want to be a star? You want to be a star? There he is. Mickey's all good. Say hi. Yep, that's my buddy for the last 14 years. Been with me through my mom's death, divorce, everything. Every crazy thing. It's like a lot of crazy stuff's happened in the last 14 years, and he's been with me the whole time. That kind of look like, yeah, you're telling me. Yeah, people get confused on what kind of dog he is too, because his mom was a mix between a Pomeranian and a wiener dog, and his dad was a Jack Russell, and that's what I got. Something that looks kind of like a miniature collie. Yeah, I guess I was thirsty. Yeah, this is definitely the longest live I've done since I've been down there. I hope it don't look real crappy. Cause I got a good camera. It looks really good here, and when I do videos and put them on there, it looks good. But whenever I'm doing live feeds, just because of internet reception and stuff, it gets kind of out of whack. Oh man, my neighbors over here, they're actually the reason that I live down here. They're very good people. They drove all the way to the state of Michigan, and I haven't even had the money to give them back for gas. And they drove all the way up there to get me to come down here and live next to them. And I just help them out with small stuff around here. It's really nothing major, and that's where I live. But they got a little wiener dog over there. His name's Merle, and he is an awesome dog, man. Loves me to death, and of course I love him to death. And he's really smart too, and it's amazing because he's about the same age as Mickey, and yeah, he's got a little bit of issues where he's gotten older. And them short little legs, these dogs are strong. I live on they got like a little rabbit farm. I probably should say it might freak people out, but one of the rabbits dispatched, and he's running through the yard with his head. And this thing is like half the size of that dog. Yeah, he knows tricks and stuff too, man, which makes me understand why his brother was about the same size as him, but he had a little shorter legs and had that short hair like the wiener dog. And his brother was really smart. He was the only one that could figure out the puzzle ball. Mickey, he didn't want nothing to do with the puzzle ball, nor their mom, until Simba started pushing it around and treats come out, and then they'd go steal the treats that he worked so hard to do, so I'd have to take him off somewhere and give him a pile of treats. And I do believe that came from the wiener dog part, because I'm gonna find out. Them some pretty smart dogs. Yeah, super smart. He knows some cool tricks and all kind of shit, you know. Well, I tell you what, when I was a little kid, there was uh, a dog at the end of the road that I'd hear barking every so often, but I didn't see it. And then one night, I go walking down the road and I hear this dog barking, and it sounds like it's coming after me. I didn't even look to see what it was. I just took off running, 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 and all of a sudden there's a fence, and somehow I did some kind of gymnast move or something, flipped over that fence, boom, I landed on the other side, and then I turned around and I looked. I didn't see nothing. I looked down, and it was a little wiener dog. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" I just ran through the neighborhood like I'm being chased by a Doberman Pinscher or some big giant dog, and it's a wiener dog. He didn't like it when he drove your bike by. You rode your bike by, and it's like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." Merle, if you get out the weed eater or something like that, he goes goofy if one. You don't like it. Like, I don't like that weed eater. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. When I did that, I was like, I'm glad I didn't have a whole bunch of friends standing around there because everybody would have been laughing. Turn around, there's this little wiener dog over there. I'm like, well, you little. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, we're at the two hour mark, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Hey, thank y'all for showing up, man. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, I gotta go walk your dog. The best apocalypse since the Younger Dryas. That's a good one, man. See, that's the stuff I didn't want to get into as far as with the sun, and all those theories, because they pretty much lead to, yeah, here soon, they're going to have a micronova bake one half of the earth. I didn't quite want to put that out there, but I guess I just did. Oh, shit. Hey, man, thank y'all. This is doing this is helpful to me. Sometimes I get stuck in my own head, and it's like, that's it. I've had enough, which doesn't do any good. It just aggravates me more than I guess I'm aggravating myself, kind of thing. Oh, shoot. Yeah, definitely. Feel free to come back. Don, I like talking to you. If you want, you ever want to talk anymore, you can. I think my email's posted in there. It's DanaIsLove528 at Gmail. Where's my thingy at? My thingy. Keyboard. That's his name. Let's see here. Go ahead and stick this in there. Looks like my keyboard's about to die. Got to charge it up. This goes for any of y'all here. If you want to talk to me and you ain't already got my phone number or something, you just go ahead through that email and get a hold of me. If I don't get a hold of you right away, please take no offense. I don't always check my email because I don't have a lot of people contacting me through there. It's a lot of them things where you go somewhere and it's like, enter our contest, but give us your email. So I enter the contest and ignore the emails. Not everybody, but usually, you know. Oh, man. Well, cool. I'm glad people had fun. Yeah. Go ahead and say nice meeting you, just because this is really the first time I've actually talked to you. But yeah, man, y'all feel free to come back. Yeah. Well, it's like I still got my old Yahoo one, but I never check it. Uh, One of my Facebook accounts is on that because I got my actual name, Dana E. Patterson II, and then I was having some issues, so I made one called Christ Consciousness, And then it was funny because I got on there one day and somebody realized that I'm an actual person and got mad and offended. And I'm like, what did you think? Did you think Christ consciousness meant that Jesus came down and got a Facebook account? Because I'm going to tell you what, I don't think that that dude would be getting a Facebook account. I mean, I'm probably one of only a few of my friends on YouTube that still has a Facebook account. Most people are like, Facebook, ooh, ooh, like it's the devil or a vampire or something, you know. Well, I've mainly kept it for Messenger, and every now and then I like to be the little kid with the stick that goes along the fence. You know, the fence is the matrix. Inside there is all the people running these sites, and I'll like uh, dog video, cat video, something nice, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, what did you just say? So just drop your jaw to the floor stuff, and then put some other stuff in there. It's kind of like a little fun game for me every now and then, you know, to go nice video, nice video, nice video, tooth bomb, cat, dog, recipe, tooth bomb. It's become a fun pastime, so whatever. You know, we all got our things. Shoot. It's my email server. I'm using Gmail. Yeah, I'm still on Messenger, but I can't video, uh, do the video talking thing or voice talking anymore on there. I even tried the new Messenger app, which still has the voice on it, but every time I record a voice and go to send it, it says 000. So, oh yeah, all them things does that. I know people that's got Alexa, and when I go into their house, it's almost like, you know, some kind of mafia person talking code. You know, I go, yeah, I'm thinking about how I'm going to word stuff because you never know. That Alexa, I don't want to say something one day and then walk out the door and the damn FBI be standing there because Alexa heard me say something. And yeah, that always happens, man. I go somewhere and look up something, I come back to Facebook, it's all plastered over there. I have friends that swear all they need to do is say something in the proximity of their phone and it will. But if you dig into that, you'll see why. Most people don't read them things, but them things pretty much say that, yeah, they're going to get in all your shit and look for. I had somebody today tell me that their their post disappeared from not only disappeared from Facebook, but Facebook somehow got into their phone and deleted the screenshots. Yeah, that's freaky. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. Mm, yeah, I, I did a thing where I started making a little bit of jewelry stuff. I'm involved in all kind of stuff, man. I play music. I do different forms of art. I'm retired now. I can do whatever. I can color in the coloring book if I want to. I don't have crayons, but I do have markers and colored pencils, so I'm all set there. But yeah, I made some hair clip things that had abalone feathers and random shit crystals. Yeah, those little crystals using wires and wrapping them onto. I don't even have one in here. Yeah, I got a little hair barrettes somewhere. But I was putting little leather strings on them, and I still got two of these. These things are not cheap neither. I think they're like $1.50 to $2 a piece. But that's genuine abalone shell. So you just clip the little hair clip in, and then I have two little leather strings with like a little bead, and then one of these dangling off of it. And I could do them in whatever colors or mixed colors or whatever. Use wire wrap them, and then there's some clips right there, or pieces of them. There's one where I started one. Um, what is that, lapis and moonstone. But yeah, use the wire, wrap it, and just keep going like that. And then I'd get to the middle, and I'd glue down the leather cords, and then I wrap the leather cords. And then when I come back over with this, it wraps them again, so they're like multi times wrapped plus glued. And then you tuck in the wire stuff at the end of the thing. It's actually, I got this from a YouTube channel. This part, the little dangly things, I added myself. They were doing solid colors with just this some really cool lady on here. I can't remember the channel right offhand, but yeah, that's where I got the idea for that. And I can thank the Ms. Lover channel for that, because her idea for us to make each other something, some kind of art thing or whatever, that inspired me to finally do that. It's fun, and they're not hard to make. And the cool thing is people smile and like them, and that's big to me. I love making people smile and happy. Inspiring people to be happy and smile. I just want everybody to get along. That's it. Let's all just get along. We don't all have to think the same things and all that. And that's one of the great things about this is if we all thought the same way, it'd be boring here. Very boring. But there's just so many different perceptions and ways of being and stuff. You can learn a lot. It makes it really interesting. The feather roach clip thing, that's funny. That's where this conversation started at with her. Said something, and I talked about that, making something, and I don't know. She'd asked me some question, but I was like, I said, I know I've seen on Amazon. I said they gear these towards women, if you want one, you go buy it, and it's from they're considered to be women's things. I said, but man, I still think like the old days of like Mr. T and stuff, and that exactly that the roach clip style with the little feathers and stuff. I was like, yeah, I kind of like one of those. But then I was like, no, I'm not doing that, because the only people you see wearing them is like chicks. But it's like, that's no fair, I want to have some feathers too, darn it. I want to wear some little feathered clip thing in my hair. They go good with this little bit of hair I got sticking out on the side. I ain't got a whole lot of it left. Let me enjoy it. Your stone collection. Yeah, I've got all that. Like over here, I got this where I can actually make, because that's what I use to repair my my thingies. So I've got plenty of this to where I can repair, make these, and then metal wire for the stones, and then there's a whole roll of leather cord. It was cool. I had a friend send me what was it, like $50 on a card for a I guess like a housewarming kind of gift thing. And I used, I think, like $40 of it to buy this stuff. And I've made 3 of them that I gave away. Somebody gave me money to do, so I could, get something to be happy. And what I do, I bought stuff to make stuff to give to people for free, because that makes me happy. So but yeah, I usually try and keep a watch in the dollar stores for different things that might be in there. Well, yeah, technically they're alligator clips, but we always called them roach clips because the end of the doobie was the roach, and you put it on there, and so we call them roach clips. I don't know why. My Uncle Jimmy called them turkeys. And I've got to the point where I don't even like really calling them roaches, because I used to live with roaches. Those are nasty. So I just started calling them ends for a while. But my uncle always called them turkeys. I don't know why he called them turkeys. I have no idea. I don't know anybody else has called them that. But he had his own ways with things, you know. Refrigerator was the Frigidaire. Even though Frigidaire was probably one of the first companies to put out commercial refrigerators, seeing as he grew up with that, I don't care if GE, Whirlpool, who made it. When he wanted something from the refrigerator, he's like, hey, can you go get me something from the Frigidaire? Yeah. Well, actually, a really good one is when you're all like half there and nobody wants to move. You do the one where you got the antenna with the roach clip on the end of it. So you just go the telescoping antenna, and then you pass it by just doing that. Oh man. Only thing is, when I was up there in Michigan, nobody come visit me, so I never had a use for that stuff, you know. And it was crazy because there for a while, you know, I you could come over to my house and I'd like 2 to 4 at one time different kinds of stuff there and a few different pipes and stuff. I was like, hey, this is cool. We ain't even got to roll doobies no more. Somebody come over and I just give them this tray that's got different kinds of cannabis on it and different pipes, and they can just, you know, load it up with whatever they want, you know, and have their own little personal pipe sit over there. But yeah, so much for all the friends I was supposed to have in Michigan. Moved up there thinking I had all these friends, and it's like, yeah, bunch of posers. No, not all of them. I still got some friends up there, but a lot of the people, it's just, yeah, whatever. Still got the telescoping clip. If I had friends that actually came by and stuff back then, I probably would have had something like that, you know. I think I might have to refill this thing here soon. I gotta be careful. I just put a new coil on this last night, and I don't want to burn it up. Mm-mm-mm. Do 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 da do da. Yeah, yeah. I know people that's basically got glass collections. Start off with one bowl and then end up that way. I was starting to get that for a little bit, but they can be kind of pricey. I did get a cool one that I ended up giving to somebody as a gift here recently for like $20. It was probably $40 pipe, but the dispensary was going out of business at the time. It was one of them things where they were changing the laws around, you know, so they ended up having to shut that one down. And it happened a couple times, and eventually they had to shut it down altogether. So they were selling out the last of their pipes. So I got it for like $20. It's one of the ones that looked like it had some kind of weird lacing going on in it and stuff. Really neat, different colors. You know, did the color change thing. You know, as it got resonated, it turned blue. You know, it was pretty neat. Well, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Get some food. Feel free to come back anytime. Feel free to email me, and I'll check out your channels. You know, I I support everybody. It's just kind of hard at times to keep up with it all, though. It's like um, I've subbed to so many people I found in other groups, but I get there eventually. You know, if you don't see me for a while, just wait. I'll come by and probably binge watch for a minute or something. You know, give you a bunch of likes. I'm also the guy that I'll leave you on in the background. Well, it's kind of hard here now because I got to watch how much data we're using. But I used to just like leave people on in the background, even if I was doing other stuff, just to help them with watch time. uh, yeah, yeah. Bongs didn't used to cost that much. Now I see bongs that cost so much money. It's like, oh my god, are you kidding me? The hell? Yeah, I like bongs. They may use quite a bit of stuff, but I just like always have. You know, especially if you put like a little bit of ice in them. You let out that hit that's so big it looks like 10 hits at one time. You're like, one hit, I'm done. Alrighty. I love y'all. Have a great day or evening, whatever it is, in your little part of the world. And remember, we are the conscious evolution. Peace be with you.